guys, I've gone ahead to do the rest of my makeup, and this is what we have. This is from Honey Lady. Let's talk about eyeshadow brushes, guys. You'll need a minimum of 5 brushes of color, because you can't use a very dark shade for your transition. It's just going to destroy the whole concept of your eyeshadow. Period. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Elizabeth Adeshola. I do everything makeup, fashion, education, especially, guys. I'm an education advocate. I recently started off my career by going on my first career speech in a boys only school. So in this tutorial, guys, we're gonna be doing an eyeshadow tutorial. We are gonna be doing something very simple, an eyeshadow look you can wear for your girls at night out, your girls even for brunch, guys. It's gonna be a very simple but detailed shadow look. If you do enjoy this kind of video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're following me, like your notification bell is on, just so each time I upload a single video, you are notified. This video is a continuation from my previous video where I used 2 shades of foundation that are not my shade at all, but we did make this one, and this is what the base is looking like. If you want to see how the magic I perform, please do check my previous video just so you can see how I made 2 foundations that are not my shade, like not my shade. Do enjoy makeup video, fashion, and education, because we can't be girlies, we can't be fine girlies and then we don't have anything upstairs. I'm not in for that, and you too cannot be for that. Okay, so for my lips, I did go in with this lip serum. Sorry, you guys are shaky. So for my lips, I did go in with this lip serum. I'm not with my lip balm right here, so I have to use this lip serum right here that I have used, and I think we can manage it. Of course, we don't have a choice, so we have to manage it. Seriously, we did not have a choice, guys. Do I do my brows first or my eyes first? So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the eyes first. This is not something I usually do. I feel like I do my brows first before my eyes, but for the sake of this tutorial, just so I don't bore you guys, so I'm just going to go ahead with the eyes. So for my eyes, so the first thing you want to do when it comes to eyeshadow, okay, the first thing you want to do is to go ahead and conceal, guys. Ensure that you are concealing your eyes before really starting, and then sorry about that. And then for concealer, I'm gonna be going here with this Zahir Pro concealer. If you're regular on my channel, you know I love this concealer very much. So you want to go ahead and prep your eye to make sure that she has enough product to work with. Honestly, guys, use enough product. Really, like, use enough product. Don't be selfish with your products, okay? Don't be selfish with it. Ensure that you are using just enough product to just make you work. Guys, excuse if you're hearing some parrots and everything. I don't know what to do. Those things, they are really talkative, seriously. And then to blend, I'm gonna be using this my concealer brush from Zoeva to just ensure that we blend them correctly. Just ensure that it is fully blended. I'm gonna try not to cut out in this video, just so you guys can see in real time how blended your concealer looks like. For the Zahir Pro concealer, I'm using the shade 02. Yes, this is me just, guys, I feel like I stretch out my eye just so I can get into every bit and corner of my eye. I really do not plan to do much of brow situation. That's why you see that we have not done our brow. The reason why we have so much of powder on our face is to catch any eyeshadow fallout, and I'm using a pressed powder, not a setting powder girl. I am a pressed powder girly because it works for me. I'm gonna continue, okay, until I find a product that works better. Period. Let's talk about eyeshadow brushes, guys. You'll need a minimum of 5 brushes. Really, yes, really and seriously, you need a minimum of 5 brushes to achieve the correct type of eye look that you want to achieve, you need a minimum of 5 eyeshadow brushes. So make sure you have at least 3. If you are going for very simple look, make sure you have at least 3. But if you are going for a very sophisticated look, make sure you have like 5. This is from Real Technique, and this is what she's looking like. We have our next one. This is much more fluffy than every other brush we have, and this is to apply our shimmer and the oil. You guys can see like it is not as fluffy as the other one that I showed you. This one also is not as fluffy, but it is a fluffy brush. This also is just to apply, you know, they are just so different. This is why I tell you that you need your brushes to be complete. This is a concealer brush. Sorry, it's dirty. I did use this to apply foundation recently. You also need this as a concealer brush, though I have another one that I do use from Classic Makeup. Yeah, I have this other one from Classic. This is the one I usually do use. Yeah, but this is a little bit wider than the other one, so I just, you know, I just shuffle them round. So like I said, you need a minimum of 5 brushes and a maximum of 10. I don't know, get any brushes you want to get. And then for eyeshadow today, we're gonna be using this eyeshadow palette, guys. I never knew this was a brand until I did go ahead on Instagram and I found it. And guys, this is the cutest palette ever. This is from Honey Lady. Hello, what do you guys think? I think she's so pretty and so beautiful, and this is what we have, and she's less than $3, guys, like less than $3. So this is the shade we are gonna be using in today's tutorial, guys. This is a shade of, let's count it together, 18 shades. Yeah, 18. So this is what she's looking like, 18 shades of eyeshadow. And I think she looks very cute, very demure, very pretty. This is what we're gonna be using to achieve. And then we might use also implement the Feeble Cup one, but let's see which one we're gonna be using really. To do when it comes to eyeshadow is to decide on your transition shade. And for transition, I did go ahead to drop my brushes. You want to use a very fluffy brush. This is what it looks like, a very fluffy brush. And then you want to decide on the shade. So your transition shade should not be so dark, so you want to decide on a shade that's a little bit light. I'm not saying orange, okay, but it has to be a little bit, you know, accommodating. And then for that, I'm gonna be going in with this shade over here for our transition shade. This brown but not too brown, very light brown shade. And I'm gonna be going in to this, guys. We're also going to be reviewing this eyeshadow palette because this palette is very cute. I just love stuff that are like very cute and pretty. Okay, so this is gonna be a review and at the same time a tutorial. So after getting your product, you want to go ahead and dust it out. Just ensure that you have enough time to like take your time getting the product, and then you remember to always dust it out. And then we're gonna go ahead with the transition. You want to go a little bit higher when it comes to transition, guys. Like you want to go a little bit high. Just doing the same right around this area. I feel like this is much more obvious now. You guys can actually see what I'm doing, and you guys can see that I am bringing it very up, very high up. You guys can see. So you want to make sure that you are blending, and then to catch any eyeshadow fallouts, you want to go back into the brush that you used to set and make sure that you do not have any fallouts around this area. We have what the other shade that we made, and then to reduce the intensity of this, because I feel like this is looking like wine if possible, it's a little bit bright. I'm gonna be going in with another shade of brown. This is why I said makeup is a lot of blending, and we're gonna be using this Feeble Cup one. Yes, we're gonna be using this shade. We're gonna be using this shade right here, this brownish shade. This is what it looks like. Like she is so brown. This is what she's looking like. Like she is so brown. We are just gonna go right just beneath the transition shade. Remember to always dust out your product. think this is really working. Remember to always dust it out. As you guys can see, we have eyeshadow fallout. So we're gonna be doing the same method that I showed you guys. You guys can see I'm just blending it gently in with the first shade, which is the transition shade. It's showing that we have a very good blend. Then to dust about eyeshadow fallout, when I say fallout, you guys can see these areas. You go ahead and dust it. We want to be very, very careful, and that is why we have this setting powder over here. So to serve as our main color for our outer corner, we are gonna be using a very dark brown, and this will be picked from the favorite cup one. We're gonna be using this right here. It's very dark brown. Yeah, I like her. She looks so cute, so I want to use her. She's very dark, but I think it looks kind of blue on camera. I don't know, but she is a very dark. I'm gonna be using this very precise brush. I didn't clean her because I used this for the same color. So I'm gonna be using this very precise eyeshadow brush to achieve that, and I'm gonna be just be going in with the shade. Remember to always dust out, guys. Once you pick out your shadow, your product, make sure that you dust it. You guys can hear that, right? Then be very careful, okay? See, the color is starting to like pop out and all of that, and we look very good. So you want to pick a very dark shade for your outer corner because that is going to be one of your main color. So I'm going to bring it a little bit closer right here. Because I feel like our blend is so good, really like so good. It's like, oh, I know that. So this is what we have right here. When I show that you're blending correctly, you guys can see the brown shade is browning. And then for our main color, I'm just going to be doing something very simple and quite popular, just so you guys find it. You can actually download this video if you need more in-depth insight. So I'm contemplating between these two shades of. So I'm contemplating using between this shade right here, you guys can see the very neutral nude shade, and this creamy shade right here. I don't know which one to use. I'm very confused right here. This one here or this one here. Which one do you think we should use? I'm just going to do something very interesting and actually try this shade right here. This is not a shade I would really pick or use, but let's go ahead and see what that was gonna look like. Okay, this is what she looks like after picking her up. I think she looks very cute though. I hope I like her, really. Spoiler alert, guys, after a few minutes of trying the other shade I told you guys I was gonna try out, this one, it didn't work out. This particular one right here, it didn't work out. I kept on, like, the more I was applying the product, the more it was coming out, so I just ditched it. Really, I wanted to experiment, but it didn't work. So eventually I went in with this one right here, and this is what we have, guys. This is what we have. We are not done, but at least she worked. Like, she really worked, and she is a girl. So I'm just gonna go back in with this shade right here and just intensify more of the. So all I did was just to use my brush to apply this way. It was just very simple for the sake of tutorial, you guys understand. So I'm just going to go in more with this shade right here, just to like blend everything together. But I think so far I love what we have. Really, like, this is very simple, very simple, and this was the vibe I was going for. This is what we have finally. I think she looks very good. So normally I wouldn't apply a liner, but recently I've incorporated liner into like my makeup, and I think I love how it looks. But for this look, I am not sure of how it will look like, but we will see. If we don't like it, liner is not something you can easily correct. Okay, so you have to be very sure of yourself if you want to use a liner or not. I am not so sure though, but for the sake of tutorial, let's go ahead and see. I might not be able to do that on camera because liner is very tricky, very tricky. Like, you have to be very careful to use eyeliner, really. So for eyeliner, I'm gonna be using this from Carite, sorry. So this is the Flex eyeliner. Look at what she looks like. She's not very cute, really. Like, she's just like, so, but she's very precise, really. Like, she's the kind of one that you want to use. A very precise applicator, really. Liner, this is what we have. I am not sure if I like it though, but let's go ahead and do the other eyes and see. Really, is that something I can correct or something I can like just put away? Because liner is you have to make sure you want it, girl. Like, you have to show. My waterline that I can show you guys. Really, I'm using this pencil from Davis. Oh. Guys, when your makeup artist do this area, do you cry? Please don't cry. Please don't cry. I think that is all we have for liner. It was really a struggle, but I feel like we're able to get somewhere with it. It was a struggle, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So guys, it was easy. Girl, you have to know what you're doing. So I'm just gonna go ahead with the brown shade that we used to like smoke out my under eye. But guys, be very careful. Guys, do you hear some parrot singing? Please know that I do not have control over those incredible birds. Okay, so I think this is what we have for the eyeshadow, though we are not done. But then I think the next thing we need to do is to go ahead and apply mascara, guys. Don't skip your mascara. For mascara, guys, if you're a regular on my channel, you know I love this particular mascara. Okay, so I feel like mascara just pops out the whole look before your lashes. So guys, I did go off camera to do my brows, and I think I love the way it looks. Like, I went for something very simple and subtle. I didn't even conceal the upper part because I feel like we can make do with the brows that way. Sometimes you don't even need to conceal your brows that much, really. I'm gonna be going here with lashes. So this is the, I don't know the name of the brand, but this is the LV17. So this is the last piece, guys. And I tell you that I loved this lashes. This is a pearl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick on my lashes. Okay, guys, really, you want to be very careful when it comes to taking your lashes out of the whatever, really. So guys, I'm just gonna go ahead off camera and do the rest of my face, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. But guys, for the lips, I'm gonna be having a tutorial. Like, the next video is gonna be me doing a nude lippy. So if you want to see how I do my nude lippy, please do ensure that you subscribe to my channel and check my next video, because I feel like if I had incorporated all of it into this video would have been longer, and I don't know if you guys like it like for 1 hour or like the whole 20 to 30 minutes video. But please do let me know your opinion in the comment section. That is how I get to, you know, give you guys what you guys want. But just so we don't have it too much, for the sake of those who don't want it to be too long, the lips video, very detailed and in-depth, is gonna be in the next video. Make sure you check it out. But I'll be back with the final look to show you guys. Make sure you keep watching. The all eyeshadow, this is what we have. I feel like our makeup came out so well. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I'm gonna with the girls, so I'll be back to show you guys my look, maybe, but let's see. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.